All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Rouser World Live Caricature Art live stream. So glad to have you guys and be here in the house with you this morning. Let me just really quickly, I'm going to get my music because I like to draw with music. Some people don't like that, but I'm not some people, so I'm going to uh, draw. Hello, Mr. Pick. Mr. Oh, did you like? Oh, yeah. All right, let me see here. Let's go with. Okay. And a little hourglass shape in the middle. All right, hold on a second. What's going on here? All right, let me turn this down. Y'all excuse my this is YouTube's music, so I had to be I'm on. All right, hello, Mr. Pick. How are you today? Welcome to the live stream. So we're gonna be what are we gonna be doing today? We're gonna be talking about caricature as usual. What the do's and don'ts are of caricature. You need what we can do, what we cannot, and you'll be surprised to know that there's a caricature is one of those arts where there's so many different ways to see people, and that's up to you as the artist to develop, you know, what style it is that you want for your caricature. After all, it is your world. So we're going to go through today and kind of talk about that. Rouser World obviously is Rouser World. You'll notice that my caricatures tend to be a bit gratifying, glorifying. Like I like to make things. I like for things to look. Wait a minute. I like for things to look, like glamorous. But some cartoonists go for the real whimsical look. Then some go with the outright ridiculous. So that's really again kind of up to you how you want to do it. Okay. So we're going to get started here. Just let me sharpen this pencil that I didn't sharpen before the stream started. So. If you guys hear my kids screaming in the background, that's because I'm a full-time dad. And also, guys, real quick, if you feel like you're benefiting from the information that I'm going to share with you today, tips are appreciated. In fact, me and the wife are trying to. We just ran into a major issue this weekend. Something happened with the roof on my house, man. So we're having to. Actually get a whole new roof put on the house. So we're kind of trying to raise money for that. So the guy quoted us like I think the amount was like I think they quoted us like almost $20,000 right to do it. So we're gonna see about getting it done. But we all take donations are definitely appreciated, guys. If you want to help us to meet that goal, then God put it on your heart to help us. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will be announcing that again over the next couple of streams. So again, you can donate to that through our Cash App, which is at the top of the screen. If you guys are interested in helping, it is $ Rouser World on our Cash App. So if you want to put toward that, it'll be really appreciated, right? All right. So, other than that, let's go ahead and get kicked off, man. All right. And if you haven't checked out our Patreon page, go on over there and check that out as well. That's another way you can help. If you would, we have a fan support page where you can just basically sign up for a tier. I think the cheapest tier that we have is like $5 or something like that. So, yeah, if you want to give in that way, you could also go check out our Patreon page, which I think the information should be at the very top of the screen. I don't know on Kick if you let me see. Let me put. I'll just go ahead and type it. It's Patreon .com and it's /W Rouser World right there. Okay, so you guys can check out our Patreon page right there. I think it should go ahead and take you right to it. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, guys. We're going to get into our art lesson. For my first subject, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with. I'm gonna go ahead and use Pinterest. Okay, let me see if we can find that. Okay, and we got plenty of good faces here, so I guess we'll start with what face can we start to warm up with? This one. That's cool. So we'll just download that image there, and then we'll find maybe two other faces. I want to spread the love. She looks pretty. Let's try her face too. Right. Darn it. Back up. Can I? Is that for this one? I think that's for this one. Can I save that? No, I can't. I can't save that picture. Yeah, I can. I can download it from there. Okay. All right. So here we go, guys. What happened to the first one? Did I download the other one? Oh, this one here. All right, so we're gonna start with her face first, okay? Hey, what's going on, Jermaine? Welcome to the stream. Good morning, good morning, good morning. welcome. All right, so let's get into it, man. So glad that you could come out, man. Jermaine, you've been being pretty consistent, man. I'm really happy. I gotta say, very ecstatic that you've decided that you want to talk to me again this much. I mean, it had been a while, and I know you probably were seeing other people. No, I'm messing. I am so joking around with you, but anyway, good to have you out here today, man. I hope that you're doing well today and the family as well. All right. So let me see here. What are we going to start with? When you draw a caricature, okay, this is get my little sketchbook out here. There are so many different shapes and things you can use. You know, you have your square, your triangles, you have your squares, you have, you got diamonds. What else you got? You got triangles, man. You got little hearts. Matter of fact, we'll go over here and we'll pull up my little shape my shape chart. I'm gonna pull it up and put it on the screen over here. Now, you guys on your Facebook might not be able to see this because you're on Facebook, but it's just like a table of charts. I'll just try to do it over here as much as I possibly can. Okay. Okay, so we got let me see, what else do we got? We got magnets, right? That's a magnet shape. We got V shapes, right? We got all kinds of different shapes, keyhole shapes. We got mushroom shapes right here, right? And really, as a caricature artist, what you're doing is you're taking these shapes and you're expressing these shapes in a different way. For instance, this hat or whatever might be drawn simply here, but then over here, you might want to make it thicker at the bottom, right? Or maybe you want to make the top small and then it's super thicker, right? And then the guy has a hat on and glasses, right? So it's all up to you how you want to express it, because in your world, your shapes are going to be specifically whatever you choose, okay? In Rouser world, since we're here, I draw a lot based off of very common household items, things that I use every day. Most specifically, I've been incorporating the alphabet into my drawing. So I use words like loud or live or love, or let me see, I got a whole bunch of them in here. Hold on, let me see. I gotta find my page here. My sketchbook looks a lot different from other caricatures. I don't draw for my book is more like a learning book, right? So you'll see me mess up a lot and then go to the next page and mess up some more, right? But this is like some of the letters that I use in symbols, right? So I got kind of a hieroglyphic type style of drawing, you know what I mean? So what the heck does all that mean, right? Well, let me show you, okay? What other shape do we have? Let me see. Hold up. Let me get L. Wait. What's that one I was looking for? Where is it? It was Let me see. Then we got I. Then we got this shape here. Then we got yeah, U. And then we got what's another one? Now this is what I do. I'll make up one for her face, but this is like another one. This is like a, what is this shape right here? What do we call that? That's a, dang it, you would think as many times as I use that shape, I would know what it's called. I want to say it's a parallelogram. In fact, I think that is what it is. So it's like an I, parallelogram, U, and an I. And so how the heck does that translate into this picture here? Well, let me show you. Okay, let me write on my picture, right? So I'll go here, and then we'll go with, I'm just going to use a red marker here. Make it a little bit bigger. So just to give you a simple, these are both the letter I right here, right? And then this is the parallelogram shape right here. So I'm just going to draw those in here for you. 1 and 2. And then this is the U shape, U. Okay, and then this is a I with some lips on it. So an M and a U. So the I is kind of an M and a U underneath. So this would be like kind of my lip shape here. Okay. I'm hoping you guys, can you guys see that pretty good? Let me zoom in just a little bit for you. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and draw her caricature. So for this one, we're going to use a trusty little Crayola picture, right? And remember all of our shapes that we have here. What I'll do is, can I save a copy of this? Save as a copy, and then keep the resolution. Okay, so this way when I think I can go to the original. Wait. Okay. So this one is the original, and this one is this. So we can go this way, and then this will be the original, okay? So let's put the shapes up here so you guys can see them up here, right? And so when I start drawing my picture, right, watch how I go. I, because remember, we can express these in different ways like we did the hat. So this is the letter I, but I kind of curved them in a little bit. Okay, then I went to the parallelogram shape, right? Remember, I can draw it however I want to. I'm just going to deliberately draw that shape, but in a slanted angle, okay? Then we'll put some little eyes in there, right? See? All right, and then we'll just do like this. All right? See? And then we'll put like another little line over the top, another eye shape up here. Okay, then we have our U for our nose shape, right? Okay, and then we have our I, right, for our mouth shape. But then we have an M on top and a U on the bottom, right? So we can see how easy it is to draw this based off of these particular shapes. Okay. All right. So from there, we just kind of surround it with whatever head shape we see here. With her head, I'm looking, I think she has like, she really doesn't have high cheekbones. It just looks like that because of the makeup that she has on. But let's go ahead and make it bigger. Okay. And then we'll do like this here. What shape should I use? I think I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna make this into a giant cupcake is what I'm seeing here. A cupcake, but it's kind of like not flat at the bottom. It's going like this. But the top of her head is like a giant. She looks like if I do like this, it looks like a giant cupcake. You get it? Because what I'm doing here is I'm just taking the hair and doing like this. Right? See? Okay. So you see how I looked at the head shape overall, right? And then I put my little earrings. I'm just going to give her some different ones in the picture. It doesn't matter. That part really doesn't. And then a little neck shape. Okay. So that's one way you can approach it. By looking at the overall shape. But we're going to show you many ways to approach the same face, okay? Okay. There we go. All right. So we'll take a little. Usually, what I'll do, I'll take a little gray here, and I got a crayon here too I can use. Okay. Evan doesn't never. My son doesn't never start screaming until I'm live. It's like he knows that I'm live, right? I'm all the way live, right? Okay, let me see here. Just nothing like you just relax and have a little bit of fun, you know what I mean? Relax and have fun. Yeah. That's what I do. I'm not trying to impress anybody. Oh, look how cool he can draw. No. You can't practice with those type of mindsets because then, I'm a firm believer in the thing that holds us back the most is us, right? In fact, me and my brother were talking about this morning, right? He was talking about the different gifts and the talents and abilities, the things that we are capable of, right? The positive things, the way this other life that we could literally have, like think of it like an alternate timeline, right? Like multiverse. There's another version of you in the multiverse, and you can have that version. It's just that you don't believe you can. It's just your willingness, your unwillingness to change anything about your comfort zone makes you like go through life and not discover who you could potentially be. You know what I mean? Some of us have like this. Some of us are millionaires, but we're broke, but we really are capable of being millionaires. You know what I mean? But we just make up an excuse. But as soon as the work gets too hard, the work part, then we don't want to do that. It's like, man, that's too much work. Or I got to learn too much to do that. I got to read to do that. We want like, oh, you know what we want? We want microwave coffee, which is the best thing ever. No, it's not. Brewed coffee tastes better. Y'all know if you ever had brewed coffee tastes better. But it's something about just heating up water and it's done, right? We were talking about that in church on Sunday. That was just kind of funny, right? All right. Let's see here. So let's get on with it. We're going to show you another version of this picture. So let's just say now we understand all of the shapes of this face, right? Did you guys get all that? Is that good? Okay. Oh, I almost made a mistake there. Oh, man. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. Forgot this right here. Let's do this. Let's get a little bit of darkness in that hair there. Yeah. Go ahead and use this little crayon right there. Right? We can just scribble it in there. Oh yeah. I've been starting to airbrush lately too a lot, guys. I got my airbrushes coming. I got some new ones coming in the mail today. I can't wait for them to get here. I'm going to start doing t-shirt airbrushing. I just got to have it. You know what I mean? I've always wanted to do it. I messed around with it, and I know that, it's going to be like an exciting thing. I'm just ready to do it, man. Because I just like art. I just like to draw stuff, man. No matter what, I just like to draw stuff, man. All right, man. That looks pretty much. That's a really. I think her eyebrows could have been thicker, like that. All right, because she has some kind of powerful eyebrows, right? You see that? Isn't that it right there? That's it. That's it. That's her. All right, see how the differences that make? Okay, so let's see if we can come up with a multiverse. Hey, how are you today, Monofort? What's up? All right, so let's see if we can come up with a multiverse version of her face, okay? So let's see here. What if we. Now, I'm always going to draw stuff that's favorable to the face, so I can show you another way. Let me show you another way to do this. All right, check this out. So let's draw. Everybody, get your pencil out. Get your pencil. I know you're saying, but I can't. Yes, you can. Just get your pencil out right now and draw this little box with me. Okay. Draw the box. That box right there. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to put our shapes up here that we used initially, right? So let's look at we're going to go with we have an eye. We have a parallelogram, right? We have a U. We have another I. And then we have an M and a U. Okay, hold on one sec, guys. I'll be right back. Give me just a sec. I will be right back. No, he's just gonna text. He said he doesn't really need to do just walk around for about 5 minutes, and he'll have her because he already has a satellite image of the house. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to we just had the roofer, another roofer. We're trying to get estimates. By the way, guys, if you guys are wanting to help, me and my wife are we're currently having to get the roofing replaced on the house. We just had a major leak thing in the side of the house, so we're trying to raise money for our roof. The roofer said it's going to cost us about $20,000 to get the whole roof done. So we're kind of asking for help online and stuff like that from our fans and stuff. So if you guys want to help to put toward that is super awesome. If that's you and you're able to, thanks. If you're not able to, I totally understand that as well. But I just wanted to put that out there in case you guys wanted to help out with that, okay? And you can do so by going to $Rouser World. That is where our, I think you guys can see that. Let me make it a little bit darker. But I'll put it on the top of the screen. For you guys on Facebook, you might not be able to see those little letters. So I'm just going to put it here. And this is our Cash App if you want to donate toward the roofing fund, right? Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you in advance. Okay. All right. So let's get back to what we were doing. So we had our we have our shapes here, and then we had our head shape, which our head shape was pretty much, if you look at it, it was a cupcake. And if you can't imagine a cupcake, let me draw a little cupcake for you, right? It smells good. It just came out the oven. But only thing with this cupcake is at the bottom it kind of V's a little bit, so it kind of looks like has a little bit of a coney shape at the bottom. Not, you know what I mean? From these points here. So these are going to be our shapes. All right. So when we draw this caricature, when we draw this box right here, what we're going to do is what we're going to do is we're going to start with our jawline first, okay? So I'm going to come here I'm going to go to basically to the line here of this cupcake, right? And I'm going to go down, around, over, and up, okay? So I'll form the side of the face, okay? Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to make so I'm going to go with a much smaller and controlled look for my picture, okay? So versus where you can see this one grew almost to the size of the paper, right? This one will not be as so much, okay? So we're going to go here. We'll go ahead and do these little, right? And then we're going to go over here to the top of the head, and we're going to add more forehead to this shape. So let me show you how I do that, okay? I'm going to add the top of I'm going to do this line here. So this line inside of the hair is where I would want to start at with this. So I'm going to do something like this. Okay? And then like this. Okay? And then we'll just add the side. Okay? You see? Now, from here, we'll add the top of the head. Okay? So that's when we get to this coney looking shape, or the ice cream cone. But we're going to draw it kind of like this. We don't have to be perfect, but it needs to be kind of cupcakey, okay? Because we want to turn it up a little bit. We don't want to draw a portrait, okay? We want to draw it like an object we're already familiar with. And from here, we'll go to our shape. So these two boxes here will be using my brow line boxes. So my brows can go anywhere in these boxes, up to the top, all the way to the bottom, okay? And then my eyes will go in this box. But because she doesn't have a lot of space between the eyes, I'm going to elect to do something like this here. I'm going to use my eye shape like this. 1, 2, okay? So this is going to be, again, an alternate version of her, okay? Now we're going to go to our eye shapes, okay? So we're going to go here and we're going to use these parallelogram shapes. Okay, and then we'll draw our eyelashes and some little eyes in there. Okay, then we'll draw our U shape here, and then we're going to draw our M over U over the I. So we got an I with an M and U. Okay. So this would be like again, like a different little version of her, right, as a cartoon. Okay, so this would be the first version, and then this would be a whole nother version in a whole different world. Maybe she looks more like Megamind, right? After that, I'll also try to do this. Are you der? What? I can't understand you, Manaforte. oh, coronavirus helps you with this activity. Ah, okay. All right, let me see here. And other than that, let me see here. I think we're done, right? And then we'll just add some little earrings, right? And then you can erase your box shape here. Okay. So really what you want to do here is use the box. Wow, she has a lot of forehead there. I might have to bring that down some. Wow. Maybe something like that. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I have to do that in drawings all the time. So what I'll do, I'll just do this. If I boil it down, I'll just do like that right there. Yeah, that works a little bit better for me. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. All right, so that looks great. Looks great. Now, what other version could we come up with for her? Maybe we can do something, right, where her eyes are like super. Let me see. Let's go with I'm gonna go with a different shape. I'm gonna go with a D shape maybe. Let me see. I'm gonna go with an L, and then I'm gonna go with a D shape like this. Let's see how that works out. Okay. She looks a little mean there, but that's okay. Let me see. What I'm gonna do here is I'll go with I'm gonna go with the U shape again. Okay, so that's a different look. She has bigger eyes there. What else could we have done with that? I don't know. That one looks okay. I really wanted to smush it down a little bit more. So let me see here. Let me go. What if I did this? I don't know. I'm trying to see how far I can go for when I can put so I can push the envelope. What can we get away with? What we can't do, right? I don't know. Can we do that? I don't think that'll work. Yeah, it can. Because this is your world, right? You can do whatever you want in your world, right? So here you can see I kind of smushed everything down and went with this. So you see how certain exaggerations don't look good for certain people. You can do it if you want to, but it might not look that good. This is definitely kind of weird, right? But it looks like her. Let me see, what else can we do with that? I can't think of anything else. Let me see. What if I try the eye that's upside down like this? Hope you guys are trying different versions. Oh, now that one looks really good. I like that one. In fact, I like that. I like that. I like those eyes better. I feel like because they give you an air of what's the word I'm looking for? Uh-oh. Okay. I think I'm having to. I'm gonna have to take off YouTube, Facebook. Oh man, that's crazy. All right. I guess I'm not gonna be able to stream Facebook right now. Okay. My phone just went dead on that. I should have had that on there. I forgot. Dog it. Okay. Let me see. All right. So that one is a pretty cool one right there. I ain't gonna worry about it on Facebook for right now. Wasn't nobody there anyway. Okay, so that's another way we could do it. So the way you want to do the eyes, we got two different ways. So you can see here, I did the eyes with one aspect. I went with this shape here, and then I also went with this shape here, and I also went with this shape here. So all three of these eyes worked, right? So now it's kind of a matter of which one you like the most, right? So This one looks good too. I like that shape right there too, though. Which one do you guys think looks the best? I don't know. Okay. Mm-mm. Okay. So let's go to our next picture. Let's see. What's the other one that we had? We had this one here. So with her eye shape, I think, man, I like this one too again for her. So maybe L, L. Hmm. I don't know. Let me see. I might have to draw with a little bit of a lighter line though. Maybe if I went with a something like this. See, now I like that better when you don't you can accent the lines a little bit differently. Okay, that looks good right there. So this shape right here definitely was the one that I would go with for that one. Okay, and then her nose shape would be kind of. She has a big round nose, so I definitely want to go with something big and round like this. And then I can put like a nostril here, but a very small nostril. Mm-hmm. And then we can do our. Okay. Got a bullet shape here, so I will guess I'll go like this here. Mm-hmm. Very super duper eyelashes here. So I'm just, I just flow with it. Like, what am I thinking about that person's face? Now, again, with these eyes right here, you would have to use a shape. You would have to use, when you use a shape, you would have to go with lighter lines. So these are just like a base shape. But again, which eye shape you use, I'm not sure that you can get away with using a circle. Let me see here. I'm just gonna try different ways just to. So let's say we went with a circle shape. But we made light lines and then we went like this with the eye shapes. Let's give her some long eyelashes, right? And some little eyes. Okay? I think that those would work too. Okay? And then the round nose shape. Earring. Okay, I think that one will work too. So see this one right here, still kind of look like her, right? It's because I think what the secret is that the features a lot of times change. The feature that you really need to be concerned with the most, I think, no matter what style you choose, is really uh, being concerned with shapes that fill in the space the way you want to. So let's say we're doing, we're drawing these eyes again, and we went with the other shape like this. Okay. Shapes that don't change are shapes like your nose. Your nose generally is going to have the same shape. So when we draw this caricature, we gotta, if we don't do something that's round and big here, right, we're not gonna be able to capture that face. You know what I'm saying? So this is really kind of a focal situation with the nose here. And actually, that shape looks actually more big and square around like this. So it's like a big round square, and then it does like that. I think that looks more like that. So I think that would be a better nose shape here than, I don't know, either one of those could have worked though. But as long as it's kind of full and it fits in the middle, that's really all you have to worry about. Okay? All right, let me see here. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, give me just a second. I will be right back. Okay, give me just a second. All right. So anyway, we're back. Okay, so let's see here. I want to get all these papers to pile up in here. All right. So we did a couple different versions of her, and we want to go ahead and also document that shape inside of my book here. So I think I'm gonna go over here. This is part of learning. This is like what is going to improve your drawings. Is you gotta take notes, right? What works, what doesn't, what you tried that day, what you didn't try that day. I guess I'll just squeeze it in here somewhere for my eye shape here, and just put a little eye over the top. So I'm constantly feeding back to this, okay? And if you want to take a class with me, I do classes, guys. So you can take those live online classes, and we can get into all different aspects of drawing caricature, right? Okay, let me see here. So let's go ahead and go to our next picture here. See what we can do. All right, we got I don't know. What about this face here? Okay, first thing, what am I noticing about that face? Well, again, he has the L-shaped eyes, the L-shaped eyebrows. Okay. Definitely I will go with, you know what, with these eyes, you could also do something like this. And then just do this. This way you can squeeze them the way you want to for the smile. Right? That's another way you can do it. And then he has this big round nose shape here, teardrop shaped nose. Ah! Okay, and then we can do this mouth shape here, which is like a giant stretched out skinny D shape. Okay. Hold on a sec, guys. Hold what you got. I was pressing too hard and broke my little pencil lead. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's I went kind of hard up in that area. Okay. And I'll tell you what we're going to do real quick, guys. What the hell's my... Just give me a sec here. I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring my pictures up here. I'm gonna start using this screen above because it may be easier. So I'm gonna go here to Pinterest real quick. And then the next face that we're gonna try, I don't know, maybe I want to do something that's kind of happy. So let's look at hold on. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to download a few faces. And the thing is, I think, I like to draw the face from different angles. I want try different faces, so to give you like a whole bunch of different ways to practice from. You know what I mean? If you just draw like one type of face, then you can't, you're not going to get the practice that you need and learn how to see the different like angles and things of the face, right? She looks like she's mad. I'm gonna go ahead and draw that one too. Let's see. This looks like an interesting face. I'm just gonna get a few of them. What about this one? All right, and this one right here. This looks interesting. Okay, so let's go to. I guess we can go with this one first. Okay, so I'm gonna have my actual reference picture up here now instead of on the pad. So I'm gonna finish this one out, and then we'll go ahead and I'll go to the next one. Okay. Okay. So again, just basic head shape. Neck shape. Your traps, clavicle, bone, whatever. All right. And then we're going to move this down just a little bit so you can see some more. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead, guys. I'm going to go ahead and close this one off, this pad. And then we're going to we'll just draw from the overhead here. Yeah, this is just about your little observations. Have a little fun with it. I like drawing the face, so these are just my little observations. So I have different techniques that I use for my eyes, and once again, whichever one works for you is what works for you. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's go ahead and take this one away. So we're gonna have the paper down here kind of dominating everything now, so we don't need the pad. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and go to this face here. And again, what is my process for this? What am I observing about her face? Okay, so there's two ways we can approach it. For me, as what I'm seeing, I think I'm gonna go with an L shape here for my eyebrows. They kind of go up because she's happy. Okay, and then I could go here with my nose shape if I want, and then I can go here with my mouth shape, right? Okay, and get that big expressive shape within the mouth. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is based off of the letter D here. I like to use those for my mouth. And then I can go ahead with my gum line. She has a pretty big gum line here, right? So we just go ahead and we just add that gum line in first. That's how I would approach this picture. And then come around and do my teeth shape here. And then she has her gum line really showing here. So I would, again, want to try to get that gum line in as much as possible. And then realize this is like a round geometric shape here. All right, and then you have your tongue like kind of in here somewhere. But we'd have to make it like smaller than the rest of the teeth shape here. Okay. And from there, we'll just go ahead and give her a really small chin shape. Right, I would at that point, because if you put too much chin on there, it's really going to make the picture kind of suffer. Now, when you get a nose like hers, her wings are very up in her nose, so they kind of go up and kind of come down like this. So what's happening here is you got like a really pronounced J shape inside of the nose, right? And then you can come here and you can do your eye shapes with we can do little D's, or we can just kind of use an eye here if we want, because our eyes are so closed, we don't really even need no eyelashes. You just need some eyelashes in the eyes to do like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't really even need no eyeballs in that shape. So that's an example of kind of pushing the envelope a little bit, right? Okay, let me see here. So now we're going to go to, okay, we're going to go to our face shape here, which down here, you know, she has a lot of face here. So we want to definitely get like a big triangle shape over here, right? And then we want this shape over here to kind of come around and give her a big cheek. So she has a huge face shape, and then we got this little ear shape over here. Okay. And then from here, she has her little forehead, right? Which, with this shape, we could literally just get away with drawing her whole. Let's not draw this part yet. Let's draw the whole head like this. And this way, we're ensured not to overshoot it. You know what I mean? So we'll draw like kind of the boundary of her head here, right? And then once we have the boundary, then we'll come back with the inner shape here. And we want like a round pattern here, not like a hard line. I wouldn't do a hard line there, right? See? So we got a good shape there, okay? So come down here. I feel like this is a little bit big out here, but I mean, it's not completely wrong to do it that way. But I think this would look a little bit better like that. There we go. Okay, then we come back with our next shape here. Right? And once we finish, we just kind of pencil in our lines or whatever. So we can go with our marker here. And I went on ahead and just closed the eyes on that one because it didn't really matter to draw all of that. And the biggest thing here is don't worry about what somebody thinks about your drawing. When you're drawing, don't draw to try to impress people. Just draw. When you draw this, you're trying to understand what it is exactly you're trying to accomplish with your lines. You know what I mean? That's really the most important thing. Okay? And eventually the paper won't be necessary. The lines won't be necessary. It all just depends on the artist, you know what I mean? So that might be one version of her. Now, if I wanted to go with just a straight up, like right off the top of my head look for her, I could do something like this. I could go from the top of my picture, come around, right? I could do our hair like this. And you see, this might be another little approach. I don't know. So many ways you can do it. I like this one in particular because it's not as it doesn't have as many lines, but I could have just still went with the more closed eye shape for mines, but Just whatever. Okay, so that's another way we could have did it, right? Okay, let me see. What other way could we have tried this one? Let me see. Jawline first, maybe? Sometimes the hardest thing for me is to keep in mind what I'm seeing when I'm drawing it. You know what I mean? Like, you see how much more deliberate that head shape was, and I think sometimes when I'm thinking too hard, like this shape right here is a lot more. I like the angles and stuff on it. I like this version of her better than all the other versions I've drawn so far. But when you start like getting too fancy with the shapes and everything like that, I feel like you lose likenesses, right? So what is this right here? What did we say this? You know what? I wonder if I could use a horseshoe kind of a idea, like a sickle shape. You know what I mean? And then once I do that, I can do like this here, and then like this. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Okay, well, now I'm starting to warm up for sure. Yeah, I definitely like that one the best. So, again, mental note. What is the basic shape that you are drawing? That is the question. When you draw these particular type of drawings, you got to keep in mind what is it that you're trying to do. And if you don't know that, then your shapes come out weird, like this. That was. I mean, it looks like her. It's good. You know what I mean? That one, I don't like at all. I think that looks nothing like her, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, but nah. You know what I mean? I kind of like this one a little bit. It's just very simple, more plain, a little bit more deliberateness in that head shape. So that's the way that I would do it. And then we can, add some waves. So good stuff right there. Okay. All right, so I like that one right there. So let's go ahead and get on to the next drawing. Okay, and let me see here. Let me see if my I'm gonna try to set this back up again. I accidentally didn't charge my phone, so I got cut off on Facebook. So I'm gonna have to go back and do that again. All right, so let's see who's our next picture here. Okay, so we'll go with this picture here next. Yeah, I could definitely tell it. This one was definitely the best. Um, Again, what I did was I got beside myself on my head shape, and you have to be thinking of that head shape. So this one right here, for instance, like as much as you'll see all these curves and things of the face, right? But the moment that you forget that what it is that you're drawing, then it just gets very weird. Like for instance, with her, the deliberate like diamond almost shape of her head. Hold on a sec. Okay, hold on a sec, guys. Just 1 minute here. Okay. All right, there we go. So now we're back live again on Facebook. I had to let my phone charge for a second, and then I had to get my charger. All right, so for this particular drawing right here, okay, the shape that I'm thinking about is definitely going to be something along the lines of this. Okay, you see the shape like almost like a coffin shape, right? So if you don't think about that basic shape like this, then you're not gonna. It's gonna really affect your drawing, no matter what you think you're looking at. So when I'm drawing her, all I'm doing is thinking of that shape again, right? But here I'm attaching an ear or a top to the shape, and then I need to add the hair to the back of the shape. You get what I'm saying? And then you got your neck shape. Even though this is a little bit pointy down here, so I kind of should have went more pointy with it. I didn't want to do that at first, but I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go a little bit more diamondy. So I want something more like this, actually. Okay? So maybe a little bit more blunted at the top, right? Maybe cut the top off right here. So let me see. So when I draw it, I want to go like this, up, right? Her hairline, and then I want to come down, but I'm using the hairline until I get to the bottom of the shape like this. See and then I add my ear shape over here, because now what I'm doing is adding pretty much a circle or to the end of the shape, because here's where my neck would come from. You know what I mean? And then here would be where my hair would be. So I would do something like this. Okay. You see? And then she has like this little bun back here or whatever. But when you have that shape down, the basic shape, you can't really too much miss from there, right? You just kind of go with your basic idea, right? You know what I'm saying? Even though that's a little bit too long. But you get it, right? That's a bit long right there. But yeah. Okay. Let's try it again. Hold on a sec, guys. Grab some more paper. So this is practice. This is practice. And some days, you know what? Hey, Miss Ebony, how are you today? Some days you're going to be super on, and then some days you're going to be like, what in the world? All right, so we can do like this here. An easy way to keep our perspective right. Okay. So we can draw like this little 3D box, right? I think that one came out pretty okay. Okay. You know what I'm wondering? Wait, let me see. I'm trying to think if I did it the other way, would that work? How can I get that to work though? Ah, okay. What do you think, guys? When I'm thinking, looking at this particular eye shape, right? Okay, so now I like the way these eyes are right here. And if you guys were on Facebook, you probably can't see my reference picture that I'm working from, but it's I'm on YouTube as well right now. So if you want to check it out on YouTube, you can. But so I saw two different ways to approach these eyes. All right, the first way, obviously, you guys can see, and let me just split my page here. Okay, is obviously this way here, right? But the other way, okay, so this way I did it this way. I went 1, 2, And then I kind of went with like a P shape here and a P shape here. And with some eyelashes underneath it. And then I went like this here. Okay. And then you can see like the top of it over here. And then you got your glasses here. Right? Something like that. And then my nose shape. Something like that. Okay. All right. So that's one way. Now the other way I saw was where I kind of went with an upside down shape, like kind of like this. But then it was like an upside down D shape, like this. Right? But then what happens is the eye kind of rests right here. Right? And then the eyelashes come from underneath it. And then it does like this. It seems like to me, for some reason, that gives her eye more of a, like, you know what I mean? That resting look like kind of like, maybe I don't need all those lines. I'm trying to figure out a way I could do it. Let me see. So what if I do this? What if I just made a straight line? Forget about the little thing on the top and just went like this. And then what if I just went like this from underneath it? Left the bottom line out altogether. Right? And then I put this. Let me see how that will look. I'm not sure. Let me see. I think I like that look too. Let's slow it down. Or what if I did like a bridge look and then went like this? And then still put the eye in the middle. But that way it makes her eye look like she's looking up though. Let me see. This way it makes it look like she's looking that way. Or what if I used, let me see. What other shape could I think of that would give me that? Let me see. What about diamonds? I like that. I like the diamond look. I think the diamond looks good too. What do I think about the diamond look? All right, here we go. That's it. So what if we did like, so diamonds like this, kind of like we draw the eyebrows, right? And then we say diamonds like this, or kites, basically. And then we put the eye on this side over here. And then we do like that. And then we add this. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it right there. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Yeah, you see how these right here, these eyes right here didn't really, so we're practicing, this is an Asian like type of an eye right here. I really like the way that came out. So what we're going to do is we're going to reattempt this caricature, right? But we're going to do it with those eyes and see how it comes out. Okay, you ready? So we're going to do the whole thing all over again. Again, this is practice. This is how you practice. You know, I'm not getting on here trying to tell you, oh, look how cool I can draw and all that malarkey, right? I'm trying to learn. So there's a difference when you draw to learn and you drawing for like impressing people in the audience. When I go live, I'm gonna tell you, if drawing for me live is easier than drawing from photographs, to be honest with you, because these don't move. They don't give me a lot of information about the face. So a lot of things you have to kind of guess at what would be the best way to do it. But the good thing about that is some of these shapes do translate into really good caricatures when you are drawing live. So let me see here. What I'll do is here, you know what we can do? Okay, see how I balanced the face right here? There we go. Okay. So here, another major thing is I started from the cheekbones and then I work my way around. So here I'm approaching the picture completely different than the way that I did the first time. Okay. 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 Cool. Now, make sure we got little eyebrows because we don't want to. Yeah. Now we go. Now, what did we say we were gonna do? We're gonna go with a. We're gonna get a nose shape in here first. So okay, and then we'll go to very small mouth shape. Okay. Now we're gonna go with the eyes, but we got to make them small too. See, last time I messed up, I didn't draw them small. So what I want to do here, yes, see that those nice angled shapes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then just kind of extend the outside of it down toward the eye a little bit. And then we got a really good drawing there. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then we put this in here. Okay. All right. So we just learned something today, right? we learned we learned about what shape would be best when we're drawing the eyes, but we're drawing them kind of Asian-y, right? So we can use these parallelogram shapes. Pretty much that's what they are, right? They're just very small parallelograms, to be honest with you, just like this. So very small shapes with the eyes going to the side, and then we put like an extender on the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So we get those eyes the way we want to. We can make it a little thinner, like smaller, right? Like this if we want, right? But we really want to keep it kind of kitey. So basically just think of a kite. Okay? And then you can draw those Asian eyes any way you want to. You see? So now I got them. J. Okay. And also remember this is a J. Okay. All right, so that one came out pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and go to our next drawing. Okay, so we are talking about like the different ways to approach a caricature, and some of you guys may have practiced those eyes, and you may come up with a different shape that you like to use for that particular drawing, and that's really kind of once again up to you. I am not the end all be all of the faces, but you know we can. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like that one. That one came out really good. All right, let me see here. So let's go to. Okay, who we got next? I think we had this guy here, this lady. No, this gentleman here. Okay, so let's practice his face. All right. So, what am I noticing about that face right there? Uh, So with those eyes, I can use. You know what I can use for those eyebrows? Let me draw the shapes in here. So I'm seeing something like this, for sure. And then something like this. D. Let me see. What if I went like this? And then put a curve on the end like that. Okay, so this is just the basic shape. And then here I'm seeing something like this. Okay, so I want to get the basic idea of it before I try to draw it as a caricature. All right, so this is my basic idea. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I wonder if I could have left those nostrils out. What if I would have went more up? I think that like with that nose right there, I started with this shape here, right? But I should have just brought these up and then brought that around instead of trying to, and then maybe like a little bit a piece off of here like that. But that would have probably been better, right? Okay, so let's look at that again over here. Then you just bring this line here up into the nose. It'll be easier that way. Or is there another way for it? Or I could just do like this and then surround it with this and then put a top on it like that. Which that seemed like a shorter cut to get there. So there we go. So let's do it again. So this is like a little nose here. His nose in particular. 1, 2, 3. This right here. Then this right here. And then this right here. So that would be the nose right there. Okay, again. So once we know how to draw it, we can exaggerate it. But if you don't know how to draw it first, then it gets kind of hard to exaggerate. So if you want to bend this shape, you could possibly do this then. All right. So you want to make the nostrils a little bit higher up in the air. All right. Then you can make these darker, give them more nostril, right? So anyway, we learned something from that. Let me see here. Okay. All right, so we're done with that one. Let's go to our next one here. Oh my goodness. Now she looks really pissed off in that picture. But we're going to do it just because of the expression that she's showing, okay? So we want to learn how to capture that. So with her, I want to get some, I definitely want to get some shapes that interact with that eyebrow line a lot. So I want to kind of smush everything down in the middle. I'm gonna do something like this here. Maybe draw. You know what I'm thinking about? Like I think about the number 7 here for some reason, and then I see like some with her eyes. I definitely want to do something that's kind of square. So I think what I would want to do first off, I wonder if this will work. What if I drew her actual pupils in first? Forget the eye shape. And then from there, I want something that's kind of square. So I go with square looks off of the pupils to give me more of a, more of that look that I want in here, right? Now with this nose shape, right? Oh, wow, look at that, what we learned before. It's the same shape that we did before, right? But we just kind of putting these circles around the outside. We don't have as many pupil. And we have like a nice roundness here. Right, so she looks like And then she looks like a little, like that shape there. And then she got her little eyelashes. So her face is all scrunchied up in the picture like that, right? And she got like a little big chin, right? Because and then everything down here, you definitely want to make kind of round so she'll stay like a baby, right? And then she has little ears, so we don't want to make her ears real big. We want to make them really little because she's not super young, but she is young. I mean, she's not like baby young, so you don't want to put too much. And then, I'm looking at that head shape. I see a huge square shape. So what I would do here, I would look at the major hairline before I look at the actual other hairline. And then once I have the major hairline, then you come back and you add this hairline here. And this one will bring like her little baby hairs in, right? This is like the secondary hairline. And then this would be like her top hairline here. Okay, and then you got her little puffs up here. Okay. Just like that. So they're different. Why is she so mad in that picture? Okay. Uh-oh, he should text this. Okay. All right, hold on. Dang it. Oh my God. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, let me see here. So I think we got time for maybe one or two more, and then after that we'll get into our word of the day, guys. So I like that little method right there with trying the eyeballs first, but that generally only works. It seems like it only works for kids. It really doesn't work when you try to do adults like that. Let me see. Maybe. Uh, hey, what's going on, Josh? How are you today? I think this is the other one that we had right here. Uh oh. All right, so let's see. What would happen if I did that with this one? I don't know. I'm a 7, 7. Uh, it kind of worked on her face. My son has got this thing. His crib is right his. Oh wait. Oh man, are you serious? Wow. He hates being alone. He's not a loner, man. If the minute that you leave him by himself, he loses it. I might put him down for a second to go to the restroom. And oh man, that's wonderful right there. Oh yeah. Remember, Miss Ebony, we explored this particular way a long time ago, but we kind of got away from it, right? You forget. Sometimes I forget some of the stuff so many techniques. So many techniques, right?
Don't touch that.
Okay, so yeah, that one came out cool. So you guys can see that again. How I approached this one was to draw the actual pupils, right? Uh, 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 I'm on daddy's in the stream, so you can come in, but don't be crying in here.
I just opened the bite.
Yeah. Hey, no crying. You want? Everybody gonna see you crying. You want everybody to see you? Huh? You big boy. Big boy don't cry. Big boy don't cry. Go outside. Come on. Oh boy. Oh, wait, watch it. Don't touch the camera. Okay?
Okay.
Big boy don't cry.
No.
Big boy, you're a big boy, right?
Boy.
Huh?
A boy.
All right, let's see. Let me see a big boy.
Game.
Well, no, that one I gotta charge it.
No
So
kid game.
see, it needs to get charged. It doesn't have any battery. I have to charge it, but I can't charge it right now because I'm charging this one. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna need you to go to the salad till I'm done. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So go outside, and then Daddy will come play toys with you after this. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right. Oh yeah, guys. I ain't got one of those luxuries like the other YouTubers, right? A studio that's childproof, right? I don't have a childproof studio, right? So he can just come in here whenever. Mom just got on his behind, so he came in here crying to me. I can't save you, son. Why you went in there messing with her? All right, so let's see here. What else have we got here? I just wanted to explore this a little bit more. So hopefully you guys don't mind there. Let me see. Pinterest. Okay. Let's see if this will work with let's just try some weird angle. Let's try wow, 7, huh? 7. Let's look at let me see. This looks like a crazy face. I want like a different kind of okay, and I guess we can try. Some of them are so easy. After even doing these a while, they get really formula. I just want to try this how it works with a face when you have a face that's angled. Let me see. So this one right here is a little bit more angled. Okay. Oh, I forgot Cherish is out of town this week, isn't she? She said she was she was in Texas actually, isn't it? I forgot about that. She said she was in Texas. Visiting family. All right, let me see here. 7. See? Where the eyes are looking at, right? That absolutely helped me because sometimes when I'm drawing the eye and I'm trying to make it look in the direction I want, maybe that might be something I need to incorporate into my drawing, right? Is to don't touch.
Dad, Dad,
Mm.
I want to play kitty game.
All right, I told you after we finish, I gotta finish my stream and then I'll charge it for you. Then you can play the kitty game.
Daddy can play kitty game. You think I play kitty game? Daddy go play kitty game.
Ethan got to play kitty game and Daddy got to play kitty game. Okay, and we will play the kitty game.
Daddy will play a plane game. And that's one and Ethan will play kitty game.
Airplane game. Hey, no, you gotta go. Hey, no, don't touch that. Story of my life, man. No, and don't touch. And you know better than that. Don't touch that either. Just keep your hands to yourself. I like that. I'm actually starting to settle into my drawings now. Earlier I was drawing and I was just like, I don't know why the heck I was super nervous earlier. I don't know what, I think it might have been the coffee. It usually takes me a little bit to settle in, but now I feel like I'm going somewhere in life. Yeah. And that nose technique, drawing that one nose kind of helped me. Right? Remember when we did like this and we said we just surround it and then we add the top over it? Well, that helped me here because now it's like I was thinking J, right? But then I was thinking now instead of all I'm doing is putting the sides on it and then coming into the nose shape. And so it made it a little bit easier to think about it like this when I did it that way. You know what I mean? So if you guys are on Facebook, by the way, I'm drawing from a reference on my YouTube. So I know you guys can't see the actual reference, but you can always go over to YouTube and check it out. Okay? Hey, don't touch the cords, okay? Where's Mom at? Where's your mom?
Mommy's taking the white off.
She taking the what?
No, Ethan taking the white off.
The white off? What does that mean?
I'm taking the white off and Ethan's cars.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because
Okay. So that was that one. Okay. Yeah, let me see here. Oh man, we gotta definitely work with this a little bit more. I ain't got nothing to do. It's Tuesday. Who's our? I think I already downloaded some pictures. Let me see. What about this one here? Okay. Eh, what you doing? Hey, y'all gotta excuse me right now. I gotta have eyes in the back of my head. Okay. Actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and take him outside so that I can finish the stream. I'll be right back, guys. Give me a sec. Okay, so we're gonna do this one, guys. Then we're gonna go ahead and get into the word of the day because my son is being kind of relentless today in his pursuit of happiness. All right. So this one, right? Eyeballs. Hmm. He's got like a turban on. I think that's what they call that. Okay, so guys, we're pretty much done for the day. Hey, what's going on, Puss in Boots? How are you? Right. So that was a pretty good little technique. We something you can put in your arsenal, right? For later on, it is the when you draw from the center of the eye out. So I have so many ways and on different days. I think different ways. Just it's good to switch it up every now and then. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You get caught up in one way, and it's good to know, which way works for you, and what day that thing. Because what works for you one day may not work for you the next day. You might not be able to see it. You know what I mean? That way. So you just kind of, wow, man, how awesome is that, man? I like this because it allows me to see the get the true expression of the eye. It's crazy. I was supposed to stop right there, but I just wanted to do it one more time. I don't know why. Look at that. That's crazy. Absolutely insane. Crazy. Mm. Mm. Interesting. All right. So I think we are ready to rock and roll. So guys, just give me a minute here. Let me go ahead and get my stuff out for the word of the day. And then we'll go ahead and get you guys out of here. I know y'all got things y'all got to do, right? I'm thinking about doing a little airbrushing today myself. Since I'm gonna kind of be around the house, it's really not a great deal of things to do. Again, guys, if you want to help out with that, I was telling you guys about the roofing thing that we're gonna have to get done. So I just incurred a hefty $20,000 bill. So it's for our roofing fund. If you guys want to give to that, we need to get a new roof on our house. So that's wanted to start like a fundraiser thing on our channel. So if you guys want to help out with that, you can do it through Cash App, Browser World. If you feel like you want to give to it, if you don't, I understand it as well. But we're just gonna put it out there for you. Okay. Let me see. Other than that, let me go ahead and get my stuff out. I'm gonna get ready for the word of the day. All right. Give me just a moment. Close these out here. We don't need those. And I guess I'll leave you guys with some music just till I get back. Be right back. All right, guys. So we are done with the drawing section of our live stream. So for those that came for the drawing section, I really appreciate you. Thank you for drawing with me. But now it is time for my devotional time. I like to share my devotional time with you guys uh, as well as the drawing time, because art takes on a whole new meaning. I think everything takes on a whole new meaning when you have a purpose for doing it, when you understand why. Like a lot of times we do things in life and we do them, but we're just kind of going through the motions. We don't feel a purpose in what we do. We just get up every morning and go to work, right? We're alone all the time. Inside, we're really sad and depressed, but we try to make it look like, excuse me, and let me turn off my my music here. We try to make it look like we kind of got it all together, but we don't. So again, that must be a crazy place to be. I can certainly understand. I believe that I was like that at once. I felt like that at one time. I felt like life was just one big, like I don't know, one big long sentence with no end to it. You know what I mean? And with no point. You know what I mean? Why would, I question God a lot. Like, why do we have to go through things? And, why can't we just have this utopia where everything is perfect in life, right? And then it's kind of funny because two things can't exist at once. Kind of like if you think of free will, you want to be able to do whatever you want to do, but then the perfect world at the same time. How can those two things, if everybody were robots, then the world would be perfect, but then we couldn't do anything, that we couldn't truly enjoy life because everything is kind of robotic for us, you know? So that's just like a question. But again, getting back to the point, what is it like to live life and not understand what this is all about? Like, what are we, like, why are we even doing everything that we do every day? Why do you want to learn to draw? Why do you want to learn to play the piano? Or why do you want to learn a new skill? Or why do you want to do these things? If your answer starts at you, you know, you're starting in the wrong place, and eventually you will run out of motivation for doing that, because contrary to popular belief, we are not, like, within ourselves sufficient enough reason to get up in the morning. You get what I mean? Because if you think about it, why do, you know, even if you want to have a nice car, or why do you want to have a nice car? I mean, if you want to, a lot of times we just do things to show off. It's somebody else is involved somewhere down the road. How you going to be perceived or something like that? Because if there were no people on the planet, you would not care about what kind of car you drove, because the car is a status symbol to you of some kind of accomplishment to yourself. But that accomplishment is directly tied to, right, other people. You know, if you went to an amusement park, I saw this in Chevy Chase one time. They was going to Wally World, and when you get to Wally World and you figure out that there's nobody else at the park except you. I think Kevin Hart even made a joke about that one time. You know, his friends were so rich that they went to the park and they just bought the whole park out. So it was only him and the other person at the park. They didn't have to wait in line for nothing. They didn't have to do nothing, but it was a completely boring experience. You know, so, you know, what makes life, like, worth living? I mean, whether hate it or love it, is other people. And that's what we're going to kind of talk about today. The best use of life is love. Okay. First of all, let me put this out here to you. And this is a very, I'm going to be coming out of this book. This is The Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. It's a really good book. If you guys have never read this book before, I definitely would recommend it. This is coming, I'm in chapter 16. Okay. So, first it says, life is all about love. It says, because God is love. I'm just going to paraphrase before I get into the thing. So this is just some notes for you. Life is all about love. Because God is love, the most important lesson he wants you to learn on earth is how to love. It is in loving that we are the most like him. So love is the foundation of every command he has given us in the scripture. That means this entire book is based off of love. A lot of times, this is why it's one of the most come against books in the world, if not the most come against book in the world. Because most people don't believe. They say, oh, love is love, and love this and love that. But is it really? Do you really believe that? Because love is to do that which is in the best interest. See, if we all loved each other, remember we were talking about the two things existing, free will and love. The only way that the utopia can, only way that the perfect world can exist is if everybody loves. But we can't, sometimes we can't, like human beings, we can't figure that out. We think we want the perfect world, but we want to do it without love. We want perfect world without love. So everybody got their own agendas over here, And if everybody got a bunch of different agendas, right, and we cannot work together, then we can't have the society that we want. That's why there will always be crime. There will always be people doing things to other people that they shouldn't. It says learning to love unselfishly is not an easy task. It runs counter to our self-centered nature. The sin nature that the scripture talks about is that nature within us to look only out for what affects our own life. This is why you can look on TikTok. I was looking the other day and I says, man, how many people, and I know you got to get tired of it too, just be lying. Lying for no reason. Just you go on there and it's, oh, this person is dead. This person died, and you go looking for that person. That ain't even true. This happened. Oh, the world's coming to an end. Oh, this is what's happening. And all these self-proclaimed news reporters, everybody's reporting and putting garbage in other people's head. That's not love. What that person is doing is they're not loving anybody else. They're loving themselves at the expense of someone else's mentality, at the expense of showing somebody else what's wrong. This is not love. So it says here, learning to love unselfishly is not an easy task because we have a program that's always going to be at war with us inside, and that is our sin nature to say, I want what I want, and I want what I want when I want it, which is funny. That was what we talked about in church this Sunday. And it says here, end quote, this is why we are given a lifetime to learn it. You know what the crazy thing is? I find like, in a circle, you know what the circle is? You leave and you go back. You leave somewhere and you ever went somewhere and then you were like, oh man, where are we at? We're right back where we started. Well, that's what life is all about. We take off on this journey, and in the journey, we start thinking about all the things that we can get, what we need to get to complete this journey. And we meet different people, and we looking to take something from them, and you must have something I need, and you must have something I need, and you must have something I need, right? And eventually, you'll come to this point in life where you'll just see, you'll be wondering, well, why am I not happy? All these people up until this point have given me everything that I've asked for, but I got all the attention, I got the fame, I got a Maserati, I got 13 houses, I got 10 motorcycles, I got all this stuff. Why am I not happy? And what's happening is you're walking around this huge circle, okay, only to arrive back at the point where God was trying to show you in the first place. You were brought here in love. Your job is to love because he can only work through you when you are loving others. And then your job is to go all the way around and come back to God. In other words, he puts you here, and out of love, you're going to go through things. You're going to learn to love. You're going to do what you're supposed to do through the power of love. And then you're going to return back to where you came, which was the source of all love. This is what the thing is. But somewhere along this path, we get tricked into believing that we're supposed to take instead of give. And that's what, again, we're talking about. So it says here we're giving a lifetime to learn it. Now, this is where we're going with this. The best use of life is love. One thing about love, and we should take note of this. Love cannot be learned in isolation. You have to have people around you. You have to have irritating, imperfect, and frustrating people around you. Through fellowship, we learn this truth. This is why it says don't forsake the assembling of yourselves. It's because you cannot learn how to love by yourself. If you stay in the house by yourself all day. It's all about you and how you see the world. I don't want to help nobody. Everybody, and the reason I don't want to help people is because most of the time people put themselves in the positions that they're in. You know, all these excuses that you give. Now, I don't want to go to church because people are there and people are mean and Christians are bad and they're the worst and my pastor's stealing and oh, this brother over here is talking about me, or you know what I mean? All they want is my money, and you get what I'm saying? You can't learn how to love unless you go through those things. You can't, it's only through love that you can learn that the things that you desire the most in this life, you don't even need them. You don't have to have those things to be happy, to have joy, to live on purpose, to live a full life. You don't need those things. I'm not saying that you should not strive to have, to enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's not what we're saying. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. When you operate from a standpoint of desperation, you can't operate in freedom because you're desperate, because you'll do anything to get that what you want, and you're a prisoner to that thing. So you can't think clearly. Since we're talking about art here, when I used to draw as a younger artist, I had thoughts of being the next Picasso and the next big paid artist on the planet. I wanted to be that guy, you know? And so everything that I drew it with one mindset. What can I draw that was so awesome that everybody would want to buy it? And how much could I get for it? So I started drawing things that did not come from me at all. I drew what I thought people wanted to see versus what would come from me. I was a slave to something else. Like, you get what I'm saying? So no matter, and you can do this with anything. Okay? There are people out, me and my brother were talking about this morning, about there are people that have the gift to make money. Everybody doesn't have that gift. What I'm talking about are the gifts to be rich. Like, in other words, they seem like they got money, they got magnets on their hands, and money just comes to them because they understand that is what a gift that God has given them. Okay? But what they do is they take that gift and they use it only for themselves. They don't know they don't love anybody else. They don't do anything. They just take that gift and they use it for themselves. Back to the original point, we have to be around people that are frustrating and imperfect in order to learn love. I ask God to give me patience, right? I have kids, right? If you are a parent, there's nothing more frustrating or imperfect or irritating at times than your kids can be. But you learn how to love them despite some of the things they do to really get underneath your skin. So through fellowship, we learn these truths through being around other people. So it says love should be your top priority, primary objective, and greatest ambition. To learn to be a better lover. Love is not a good part of your life. It's not a good part of your life. It's the most important part. The Bible says, let love be your greatest aim, bigger than your money, bigger than, because when you love, it will show you things about yourself that you didn't even know you could do. Within us, within me is the power to achieve such great things. But those things are directly proportional to how much of me I let go. You know, it says in scripture that he must increase in me and I must decrease. My will must decrease and God's will must increase in my life. In order to find out more about this complex machine, this mind, body, and soul that God has given me that he's gave me to do so many great things with. But how can I really access those things? Well, it's saying here, my greatest aim, the best teacher is love, to give when you don't want to give, to speak nice when you don't want to speak nice, to go visit when you don't want to visit, right? You know, those type of things. It's not enough to say, one of the things I want in life is to be loving. It's not enough to just say that as if it's on your top 10 list. Relationships must have priority in your life above everything else. Why is that? It says life without love is really worthless. Life without love is really worthless. Paul makes this point in the scripture. He says, no matter what I say, what I believe, and what I do, I am bankrupt without love. Often we act as if relationships are something to be squeezed into our schedule. We talk about finding time for our children or making time for people in our lives. That gives the impression that relationships are just a part of our lives along with many other tasks. But God says relationships are what life is all about. If you think about it, most things that we do in life are driven by our relationship with someone else. I need to feed my kids. I want to show my wife I love her, so I did this, right? I want to take care of my family, so I do this, right? So that's really like thought-provoking. Everything that I do in this life is because of some relationship that I have with somebody else. I mean, what would I care, like, to get up and go to work every day and all that? I mean, at the end of the day, I know guys that have really good jobs, right? But they just really sad all the time. They don't have nobody to go home to. They don't have no girlfriend. They don't have no kids. Or they don't have no relationship with their kids. They go to work every day. And every time I see them, every single guy, now that I think about it, that I know that is in that predicament, they look like this all the time. Or they always sound defeated. They always sound like just, you know. And then they try to almost buy your time. Like, I'll pay for it. We can all go here. I'll pay for it. You know, or we can do this. They try to bait you in, other people in. They try to live vicariously through other people. But man, now that I'm sitting here, I think about that. Relationships are what life is all about. It's not good for us to be alone. Four of the 10 commandments deal with our relationship to God, while the other 6 deal with our relationship with people. But all 10 of the 10 commandments are about relationships. Wow, let me say that again. 4 of the 10 commandments deal with relationships to God, while the other 6 of them deal with relationships to people. So we got 4 to God, 6 deal with people. But all 10 of these commandments are about relationships between you and somebody else. Later, Jesus summarized what matters most to God in two statements. Love God and love people. He said, quote, "You must love the Lord your God with all your heart. This is the first and greatest commandment. A second, equally important, says, quote, love your neighbor as yourself. Then it says, all the other commandments and all the demands of the prophets are based on these two commandments. After learning to love God or to worship, learning to love others is the second purpose of your life. Relationships, not achievements or the acquisition of things, are what matters most in life. So why do we allow our relationships to get the short end of the stick? Why do we do that? Why do we married guys take a job that requires us to be away from our family and we don't have time for anything? Why do mothers do that to their children? Why would a mother say, you know what, screw these kids, my career? I saw a video the other day. A young lady said she didn't want her kids anymore because they were too much of a burden for her and that they were coming in between her relationship with her new boyfriend. So rather than be a mother to her children and love them and to be there for them, she decided that she wanted the relationship with this man instead. And I couldn't understand that. But that is the picture of those that don't have God. Because without God, you don't have the ability to truly love anybody. This is where I start losing a lot of viewers at. Without God, you don't love nobody. You just love yourself, and you need others to help you do it. You don't want nobody to do nothing to you. So you appear to be good, right? But it's really just so that you could use that person for something later, whether it be to use them for their time or to use them for them to tell you you're good, just to hear your ego get stroked. Oh, he's such a nice person. They're great people, or something of that nature. But you see everything as an extension of you, and you understand that by behaving in a social way, you can get more things from people. Not to mention you won't lose your stuff and go to jail. But true love isn't dependent upon those things. So relationships, not achievements, or the acquisition of things are what matters most in life. So why do we allow our relationships to get the short end of the stick? When our schedules become overloaded, we start skimming relationally, cutting back on giving time, energy, and attention that loving relationships require. What's most important to God is displaced by what's urgent for you. He didn't put you here for you. He put you here for other people. Busyness, in the end, is a great enemy of relationships. When we become preoccupied with making a living, doing our work, paying bills, and accomplishing goals, as if these tasks are the point of life, they are not. The point of life is learning to love God and people. Life minus love equals 0. The best use of life is love. So that's our word of the day. I hope that you received something from that. I know I received it because at times I know being a content creator and being a full-time dad, sometimes I get upset. Like I wake up in the morning when I didn't have kids, I could wake up in the morning and I could do my videos or do practice whatever I was going to do or get my day ready. But now, when I wake up, either my baby son, he's up, or either my other son's up, or my daughter needs something, or sometimes my daughter will be like, "Dad, I need some time, so can we just have a daddy-daughter day?" And and so I got to stop and do that. If my son says, "Hey, Dad, play blocks with me," I got to go play blocks, and then the other one wants me to do this with him. So it's like, then my oldest daughter, sometimes we'll talk on the phone or whatever, and sometimes she just wants to talk, and we got, So I have to, those things are the priority of my life. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like, hell, if I make $1 million and all that, whatever, or 100 million or whatever it is, what does that matter? Like in the big scheme of things. I think that, my children and my family are more important than these things. And so I'm definitely going to keep this in mind as I go about today. And I encourage you to do so as well. About the best use for your time and your resources is to love others. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for coming out. Appreciate your time. I will be streaming again on Saturday. Sorry I got started a little bit late today, but I hope that you receive something. You have an awesome day, and we will be seeing you guys again on Saturday. Excuse me. All right, you guys be blessed. See you next time.